Imagine a city filled with tall buildings, shiny glass towers, and wide, clean road. It looks perfect, like the future has already arrived. But as you walk down the street, there's no one there. No cars, no shops open, no voices. Only the sound of the wind moving through empty streets. It feels strange, almost scary, like a city built for ghosts, but this isn't a movie scene. These cities are real. They were built to hold millions of people, yet no one lives in them. Why would anyone build a city this big, only to leave it empty? The answer is both shocking and fascinating. Before we uncover the truth, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell, because what you're about to see will change how you think about the future. These ghost cities aren't just empty, they might be part of a plan the world was never supposed to notice. Introduction. Ghost cities of the future. All around the world, giant cities have been built for a future that never came. They have schools, malls, parks, and apartment towers. Everything a person could need. But when you go there, they're silent, empty. These are called ghost cities of the future. They were meant to be modern, smart, and full of life, but instead they stand like lonely monuments. Reminders of big dreams that went wrong. Some were built by governments trying to prove their power. Some were made by rich developers who thought people would rush to buy homes, and some might have been built for reasons no one fully understands. In this story, we'll travel through these ghost cities, from the silent streets of Ordos in China, to the half-finished smart cities of Africa, to Dubai's empty luxury projects lost in the desert. Each of them tells a strange story of money, pride, and broken dreams. But maybe, just maybe, these cities weren't mistakes. Maybe they were built for something that hasn't happened yet, the dream of the future. Long before these cities became empty, they started as dreams. Big, shiny dreams of the future. Governments and architects imagined perfect cities where everything worked smoothly. No traffic jams, no pollution, no messy power lines. Just smart homes, clean streets, and flying cars above beautiful skylines. In China, in Africa, in the Middle East, leaders promised their people a better life. They said, "We will build the future today." And so they began building fast. They filled deserts with roads, built towers that touched the clouds, and filled the land with bright lights. They wanted to create something new, something that showed the world how powerful and modern they were. Each city was supposed to be a symbol of hope, a place where families could live safely, children could play freely, and businesses could grow. It was a race to build the most advanced city on Earth, a place where technology and luxury would make life perfect. For example, in China, whole cities were built with schools, hospitals, and theaters. In Africa, countries like Kenya started projects like Kza Technopoulos, also known as Silicon Savannah, designed to become a city of robots, data, and technology. And in Dubai, plans were made for smart homes, floating hotels, and self-driving taxis. The dream was beautiful, but there was one big problem. They built the cities first before they made sure people could actually live there. Homes were too expensive, jobs were too few, and soon the dream began to fade. The lights stayed on, but no one came. What was supposed to be the future slowly turned into a ghost town, a future city without a future. The dream was still standing, but empty. Ordos, China, the city without people. Deep in the deserts of northern China lies one of the strangest cities on Earth, Ordos Kangbashi. It was supposed to be a shining example of China's bright future. Wide roads, modern art statues, glass buildings, fancy parks, everything looked perfect. The government said it would be home to 1 million people, but when you go there today, it feels like time has stopped. You can walk for hours and barely see a single person. The streets are empty. The schools have no students. The apartments have no lights in their windows. The city that was supposed to be full of life feels more like a movie set, quiet, clean, and lifeless. So, what happened to Ordos? It all started with good intentions. China's leaders wanted to move people from small villages into modern cities. They thought Ordos would be the perfect place, new, smart, and rich in coal money. Builders rushed to create everything at once: malls, theaters, stadiums, and thousands of apartments. But soon people realized a problem. No one could afford to live there. Homes were too expensive and jobs were scarce. So the poor couldn't move in and the rich didn't want to. Still, investors kept buying apartments, hoping their prices would go up someday. Buildings sold out on paper, but no one actually moved in. So Ordos became full of empty buildings, a city owned but never lived in. Today, Ordos is quiet but still beautiful. At night, streetlights shine on empty roads. The wind blows through the towers and the echoes of footsteps vanish into silence. It's a strange reminder of human ambition, how we can build entire cities but forget the most important part, the people. Ordos was built to show success, but in the end it became the perfect symbol of emptiness. And Ordos isn't alone. All over the world, other cities share the same fate. Dubai, the desert of dreams that fell silent. Dubai is known for its glittering towers, golden malls, and islands shaped like palm trees. It's a city that rose from the desert, a symbol of money, power, and imagination. But behind the luxury, there's another side, a quieter, stranger one, because not everything Dubai built was ever finished or ever lived in. When oil money started pouring in, Dubai wanted to show the world that it could create anything. They built islands in the sea, planned underwater hotels, and dreamed of entire floating cities. The idea was simple. Make Dubai the future of the world, a place so amazing that billionaires would rush to live there. But when the global economy slowed down, many of these projects stopped halfway. Construction froze, workers left, and the bright dreams turned into silent shells of concrete and sand. Take the World Islands, for example, a group of man-made islands shaped like the continents of Earth. Each island was supposed to have private villas, beaches, and resorts. But after the money ran out, many of them were left empty. No homes, no people, just sand, slowly sinking back into the sea. Or look at Jebel Ali Palm, another giant island project that was supposed to be even bigger than the famous Palm Jumeirah. It started with great excitement, but today it's mostly quiet, unfinished, untouched, forgotten. Even inside Dubai, there are neighborhoods where buildings stand empty, shining towers waiting for residents who never came. The future arrived, but no one moved in. These ghost projects show that even the richest cities can fall victim to overconfidence. They tried to build paradise before knowing if people truly needed it. Now, those dreams rest under the hot desert sun, reminders that money alone can't bring life to a city. Dubai's silent towers whisper the same message as Ordos. You can build a city of gold, but without people, it's only sand and stone. And Dubai isn't the last one, because on another continent far away, a new smart city was built to change Africa's future, but it too stands nearly empty. Tianducheng, China, the fake Paris that no one lives in. Deep in eastern China, there's a city that looks like it was taken straight from France. A tall Eiffel Tower stands in the middle. There are fancy fountains, stone walkways, and romantic cafes with names written in French. It's called Tianducheng, also known as Little Paris. But when you walk its quiet streets, something feels strange because there's hardly anyone there. When it was built, Tianducheng was supposed to be a dream come true. Developers wanted to bring the magic of Paris to China, with luxury homes, parks, and European-style buildings. It was designed for tens of thousands of families who wanted to live in a modern, elegant city. But soon after it opened, people realized it wasn't what they expected. The apartments were too expensive for most families. Jobs were far away, and the city felt too quiet, too artificial. There were no crowds, no busy markets, just empty parks and wide roads with no cars. Tourists came to take photos with the Eiffel Tower, but after they left, silence returned. Today, Tianducheng still stands. Beautiful but lonely. The Eiffel Tower glows at night, fountains still sparkle, but only a few people live there. It's a reminder that copying beauty doesn't bring life. A city can look perfect, but without real people, it's only a picture made of concrete. Tianducheng shows how even dreams of romance and luxury can turn into ghost towns, proof that not everything that looks alive truly is. Part 5. Africa's Silent Smart City, Kza Technopoulos. In the heart of Kenya, just a short drive from Nairobi, lies a place that was meant to change Africa forever, Kza Technopoulos. It was called the Silicon Savannah, a city of the future built for technology, innovation, and progress. The dream was big. Kza was supposed to be Africa's own version of Silicon Valley, full of computers, tech companies, flying drones, and self-driving buses. The government promised tens of thousands of jobs and homes for families. There were blueprints for schools, parks, hospitals, and skyscrapers, and it sounded perfect. A city where the future had already arrived. But when you visit Kza today, you won't see a busy city. You'll see wide empty roads, streetlights that shine over fields, and buildings standing in silence. The dream city is still waiting for its people. So, what happened? The answer is simple: money and timing. The project started with big promises, but soon investors began to pull out. The cost of building was too high, and most Kenyans couldn't afford to live there. Even though the roads were ready, there were no shops, no homes, and no offices to fill them. Years later, Kza Technopoulos still stands half-built, a symbol of what could have been. The dream of Africa's future city turned into a quiet reminder that progress takes more than good plans. And Kza isn't alone. All over the world, and from China to the Middle East to Africa, governments have built cities of the future that no one lives in. Empty towers, silent highways, quiet parks, all waiting for a tomorrow that hasn't come. But what if these cities weren't meant to be empty forever? What if they were built for a reason we don't fully understand? Some say they're just failed projects, but others believe they might have a hidden purpose. Because when you look closer, these ghost cities might not be mistakes. They might be plans. The hidden reason: control, power, and secrets. What if these ghost cities weren't just mistakes? What if they were built for something more, something bigger? All around the world, governments and powerful companies have poured billions into building empty cities. At first, it looks like bad planning, but when you look deeper, a strange pattern appears. Many of these ghost cities are placed in strategic locations, near borders, resources, or future trade routes. Some experts believe they're not just meant for people to live in, but for control. Think about it. An empty city can be used for testing new technology, surveillance systems, or even how people might behave in future smart societies. A city with no residents is the perfect place to experiment quietly. No eyes watching, no questions asked. In Dubai, smart buildings and underground data systems have been set up in areas where no one lives yet, as if they're waiting for the right time to activate. And in Africa, new cities like Kza are built with digital grids, networks that can track energy, traffic, and even human movement. It's almost as if these ghost cities are sleeping giants, silent now, but ready to wake up when the world changes. Some believe they're being built for future populations, when rising seas, climate change, or overpopulation force people to move. Others think they're a form of preparation, a plan for new societies that can be fully controlled and monitored from the ground up. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. These cities aren't as simple as they look. They stand quiet, but their silence hides purpose. Maybe they're waiting for the right moment. Maybe they're part of a bigger plan that the world hasn't seen yet. Naypyidaw, Myanmar, the capital with no crowd. Now, let's travel to Myanmar, where one of the most mysterious ghost cities in the world quietly exists. Naypyidaw, the capital city that almost no one lives in. In 2005, Myanmar's government suddenly moved its capital from Yangon to a brand new place in the middle of the country. No one knew why. Almost overnight, workers built giant highways, government buildings, and luxury hotels. Naypyidaw was designed for millions of people, with 20-lane roads, huge gardens, and massive roundabouts. But when journalists visited, they couldn't believe what they saw. The roads were empty. There were no traffic jams, no crowds, and hardly any shops open. At night, the city looked like a ghost capital. Perfectly built, perfectly clean, and almost completely silent. Why build a capital that no one uses? Some say it was for security, like a city far from the coast, safe from attacks or protests. Others believe it was built to show power, to prove that the government could create a new capital just because it wanted to. But whatever the reason, the result was the same: a massive city with very few people. Even today, you can drive for miles on Naypyidaw's giant highways and never see another car. It's one of the emptiest capitals in the world, a strange mix of beauty, mystery, and silence. Naypyidaw is more than just a ghost city. It's a symbol of control and isolation. It shows how cities can be built not for people, but for power. The future that never came. After seeing all these ghost cities, from China's empty towers to Dubai's silent islands and Africa's unfinished dreams, one truth becomes clear: humanity built too fast, too big, and too soon. We dreamed of the future before we were ready to live in it. Each of these cities began with hope, a hope to create something better. A world without poverty, without chaos, where technology and beauty would guide our lives. But instead, they became empty shells of those dreams. Perfect on the outside, hollow within. The ghost cities show us something powerful about human nature. We love to build, to show progress, to feel in control. But sometimes we forget the most important part: people. Because a city without people is just a collection of walls and lights. It has no soul, no stories, no life. Yet, maybe this isn't the end of the story. Maybe one day when the world changes, when the oceans rise, when crowded cities become unlivable, these empty places will finally be used. Maybe they'll come alive again, filled with new families, new voices, and new dreams. Or maybe they'll stay quiet forever, silent reminders of our biggest mistake. Still, there's something haunting about these cities. They stand as mirrors and showing what happens when we chase power without purpose. When progress becomes more important than people. The lights may flicker off, the roads may gather dust, but the message remains. You can build the future, but you can't force it to arrive. So next time you see pictures of a glowing, perfect city, ask yourself, is it full of life, or just another ghost waiting to be found? Because somewhere in the distance, beneath the bright lights and shining towers, that the cities of the future are still waiting, silent, empty, and watching, for the world to finally catch up to them. These are the ghost cities of the future, built for tomorrow, but forgotten by today.